boats. But there's a lot of difference. First of all, G doesn't fish.
Yeah.
The only fish she likes is a fish fry on Friday.
Yeah. See,
so taking her out, taking her out to go fishing is not going to happen.
Yeah. See,
but she makes up for it in other things.
It took me 36 years to get her out on the boat fishing.
Yeah.
But hey, it's the way we spend time together.
Well, now when I had the other boat, I took G out on Fox Lake with little Jordan at the time, and I was driving like a crazy man, and she was screaming. Everybody thought it was a siren. They pulled their boats over as we went by.
Yeah, I can see that. Isn't she sitting right behind you?
Nah, she's back in the other room, but I'm sure she's listening.
She'll probably walk in there. Gives you on the back of the head.
I've been whacked in the back of the head many times by the love of my life.
There you go.
So anyhow, so it's not her thing, but like I said, we make up for it because we go fishing on Friday nights.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's all prepared. We don't have to do nothing but just eat it.
Did you ever take those fish to Mrs. Wong?
I did not yet. They're still in the freezer, and I'm debating on when or how to cook them.
Well, I would smoke one.
I had trouble lighting it.
Well, you can do it.
Okay.
I would find some applewood though.
Okay.
Applewood or cherry wood. That's really
smoke it with it. Okay, I got that. Well, I don't know. I might try it. I'm just trying to figure out what day to do it. I got 2 bags. We had 9 fish. And we split it with 5 guys. So and a couple of fish were the 3 that 2 I caught and 1 I gave away. So I guess I didn't catch that one. But the 2 I caught were actual 10-pounders, and the one that I gave to the other guy after I hooked it was a 12-pounder.
Wow!
If I knew it was a 12-pounder, I would have pushed him over the boat and pulled it on in.
There you go.
But you never know. You're like out there. It's like, and this fish really didn't fight that much until he got up and saw us. And he's like, "Whoa, wait a minute, I'm out of here. Yep, I'm gone."
Well,
but that was fun, man. No, they were all salmon.
Salmon.
Yeah.
You get a trout like that, and it'll feel like you hooked a log, and you get it just about to the boat, and it'll see the boat, and all of a sudden it'll take a run, and you got to hold on for dear life. They're just
these guys. Evidently, these guys. What happens is that when they're bringing them in, they try to roll so they could cut the line with their gills.
Yep.
And I never knew that, but we actually had one that we almost lost because he had rolled over, but we got him in before he could snap the line.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool, knowing how to do that.
Freshwater fish will jump, and when they jump, they sling their mouths back and forth to unhook the hook or whatever's in their mouth to sling it out.
Yeah.
And saltwater fish, they use their body to break off or just whatever's got them.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's really weird that they know that, It's a lot of things. Things that they do that just amaze me to death.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody yesterday. At the pizza place. He likes going fishing. What he does is he goes up to Milwaukee by the river there, and catches trout when they come in.
Yeah.
So he said when they're running in the fall, he says that it's they're real easy to catch. And then of course the big coho salmon come in, but they're half dead.
Yeah.
When they bring them in because they're coming in to croak.
There's a guy I watch on Saturday mornings, John Gillespie, Wisconsin Waters and Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching that guy. He has a show every week. They're not always fishing. I think a couple of times during the winter they do gift shows where they'll give out gifts for all the people who send pictures in or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they were out in January out on Lake Michigan when it was thawed. And they were catching nice brown trout, and they were maybe, 100 yards from shore.
Yeah, I now fishing on the boat. It's not really fishing though, because what happens is that when you go out on these charters, and by the way, Captain Chris, the guy that we got to charter with, great guy, man, great guy. But basically, he does all the work. The only thing you do is sit there and wait till one gets hooked, and then you reel it in, and then when you reel it in, you get close to the boat. He takes it over from there.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like if like when you're on your boat.
Yeah.
You got to do everything. And then he cleans them. We're on our way back, and he's cleaning them as we're on our way back to the dock.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So they're all ready to go. When we get there, they're all ready to go.
Most guys wait till they get in before they clean them, so you got to stand there another half hour.
Nope,
so that's pretty
he
good.
does. Yeah, no, he drives. It's really crazy too because like nobody's driving the boat. It's like it's just driving.
You know, they have so many things now that will you can lock a position on your boat.
It's what it is.
Your boat will head straight toward.
That's what it does. He's got GPS and it drives the boat.
Yeah.
He just punches the buttons and he just sits there.
They have trolling motors now that I can put on my boat, and I can lock in a position, go fish in the back of the boat, and the front of the boat will just stay in that position.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, technology, man.
And then they have them, too, where you can set them up so you can follow a particular depth. Like if you want to follow a 5 foot, and you can go around in circles following that 5 foot depth all the way around the lake.
Wow.
And then go to 7 feet and do the same thing, and it'll stay right in that area. It's amazing. It's amazing what a few UFOs will teach you.
Yeah. Anyhow, I got some birthdays today.
Uh-oh. Whose birthdays?
Well, Bruce Springsteen, rock singer Patty, was it Scalfa, from Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band is 63. Gold medalist, gymnast Nellie Kim is 59. I don't know who she is.
Neither do I.
Rock musician Chris Gorman is 49. Hey, have you noticed that some of these rock singers that were saying their birthdays, they're like in their 70s, 60s, and 70s?
Yeah, it's scary. Makes you feel old.
I am old.
That's
the problem.
Me too.
And all the ones that I know, all the ones that I know are like way up there,
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's crazy. On this day in history, I like doing the history thing sometimes, too, because there's a lot of good stuff.
There is. I love history.
Well, this is interesting. On July the 29th, 1976, the first of 8 shootings described as the killer known as the Son of Sam occurred on a street in the Bronx.
Yeah. Son of Sam.
Yep. He killed the young lady, 18-year-old Donna Lorette, and wounded her friend, 19-year-old Jody Valenti. Yeah. And then, so that's interesting too. That guy that was they just let Hinckley out, I guess, because his time was up at the hospital, or he ran out of money or something.
That's freaky. Well, he was in a psych ward the whole time.
Yeah.
And if they say he's healed,
yeah, we'll see.
Come on, they let people out of Guantanamo who were threatening to blow up this country.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, come on,
yep.
What's the difference? Let them all out.
On this day in 2004, Senator John Kerry accepted the Democratic presidential nomination. Did you know that?
No.
Yep, and he did a military salute, and he said, "I'm John Kerry, and I'm reporting for duty." Of course, he didn't win.
Of course, he didn't win.
Yep.
That was okay. We won't get into that.
No, here we go again. Donald will be like, she's acting like she's not listening, but she is.
She's listening. She loves us too much.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, what else do I have? It's I'm burned out from politics, dude. I am.
You wanna go on a new trip?
What's that?
Next month, August, this month coming up, is the 42nd or 38th. I forget which it is. Anyway, it'd be the anniversary of Elvis Presley's so-called death.
Mm-hmm.
So when I sit at work, sometimes I get where I get sleepy, so I have to listen to something. So
do you start talking like the king? Hello, baby, how you doing there? The ghost of Elvis.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I've been researching all this stuff, and they come up with this preacher. His name is Bob Joyce,
mm-hmm.
and they say he's Elvis Presley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and let me tell you, if he's a beautiful 81 years old. If he is,
mm-hmm.
The guy is just awesome, and one heck of a preacher. I mean,
wow. Now, what's his name?
Bob Joyce.
Bob Joyce. Okay.
Yeah, and if you go on YouTube and you watch it and you look him up, there'll be also one where his son Matthew is a Elvis impersonator.
Yeah, thank you very much.
But here's the best part: when the kid's singing, he does sound like Elvis,
mm-hmm.
but when Bob Joyce sings,
mm-hmm.
he hits the notes and the octaves just like Elvis. If this guy isn't an Elvis impersonator at some point in his life, he is the splitting image. If he is not Elvis, his sounds. I mean, when Elvis used to hit those high octaves, when he sang that Dixieland song, and he hit that really high at the end, this guy matches it. I swear, if you play it back to back, and I've listened to it a dozen times, it's the same pitch, the same everything. It's awesome. Wow. It's like I got into listening to him sing. There's only a few parts on there he sings. He sings mostly in his church, but he plays the organ, the guitar, and his preaching isn't too bad either. So I've listened to a few of those sermons.
Well, it's all a hook. It's all to get you to listen.
Well, it's amazing. It is amazing how well he sounds like Elvis. And
wow.
Of course, they got to do the overlay of the Elvis face and his, and but I'm sure
I don't know if I still have it. There's a song that was out there that said Elvis is everywhere.
Yeah.
That was I got to dig that out, man. That was a good song.
And I could understand if he gave it up like he did and walked away. I mean, he wouldn't have been able to walk away just to walk away and retire. I mean, he would. The fans would have never let him do it.
Right.
So if he did fake his death, power to him for surviving all this time without having people find him out, and so he could relax, and the guy worked. But
they do that with everybody that dies.
Yeah.
You're like no, he's not really dead, but
yeah.
Like John Kennedy, he's not really dead. Let's look for a guy with a huge hole in the back of his head. You'll find him.
If he's alive, he's a vegetable.
That guy, that guy really got a bad deal, man. Seriously.
Yeah,
nobody deserves that. Really not.
Did you know that?
And that's another whole conspiracy thing there too. Mm-hmm.
Did you know there was a police officer in Round Lake Beach, 2 police officers in Round Lake Beach that caught the guy that now claims he's the one that sat in a grassy knoll and shot him in the head?
Well, they got all kinds of people to say that.
Yeah, but this guy is actually on the FBI list too.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
James Files.
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah, and it was all mob hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I tell you, sometimes I get to where I gotta keep the mind motivated and going, because so I start listening to these goofy conversations, and after you listen to about 15 or 20 of them, you start to pick out what parts sound normal and real, and some parts that you just go, yeah, it's a bunch of cow manure. So
anyhow, I just looked up James Files, and his real name is James Sutton.
Right.
And he's serving 50 years.
Yeah.
For the 1991 attempted murders of 2 police officers. Yep.
Yeah, Ostrander and I can't think of the other guy's name.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
You know those
Ostertag.
Ostertag. That's right. Ostertag.
Yeah.
And he's probably in that thing.
Yeah. Yep. I used to work with those guys.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Me too.
Dave Ostertag. Yep. He retired. Who got shot? Somebody got shot in the tail, in the butt. I think it was Ostertag.
No. That was a Round Lake cop. What was his name?
I'm trying to remember too. You get.
All the shootings we've had.
Yeah.
Few that you can remember. So.
Yeah, they said he confessed to doing it, to killing being the guy on the grassy knoll.
Yeah, and there's even a picture of him, of someone standing there with a gun that they have pictures of, and it could be him. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Conspiracy theory made right. I mean, with all the technology we have today, I'm sure there's a lot of conspiracy theories that could be validated.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can just go here. Here's another thing. You could just we could just do we just get away from all of this and just do those, man. Do controversial. Yeah. We could be like UFO busters for real people.
There you go. We could do controversies are us.
Yeah. Conspiracy file with Dave and Marty.
That
would be great. Yeah.
Except I don't think a half hour would be long enough. We'd have to do
no. And then we'd probably get a lot more hits than we're getting now.
Well, Donna be hitting us with the baseball bat.
Yeah, she's. I hope she's okay, man. I thought she was stroking on me. She doesn't. I mess with her. Maybe sometimes I need to just back up a little bit and just not hit